Okay, Daily Writing Resilience, 365 Meditations and Inspirations for Writers by Brian E. Robinson, PhD. Now, this is a Llewellyn book, so depending on which section, depending on your bookstore and which section it is in, it could be in the writing section, it could be in like the New Age occult section of your of your bookstore. So there is that. But I found it to be pretty interesting. Like, with the other 365-day books that I have read, what is put on the page for that day, like 2 or 3 dates maybe, didn't went over that page mark. But again, I was reading it on my iPod. If you got the physical form, it likely wouldn't go over that page. So it is page and a half page of here's the dates, here's the topic. Each date has a quote, info on the topic that was selected for that date, and at the bottom it's the today's takeaway section, which would be like 1 or 2 lines, pretty much either summarizing the few paragraphs that Brian Robinson wrote of a synopsis of above, or an activity saying, okay, here's what you would learn, now do this activity or whatever to put into your writing. Yeah, you will see repeats of, okay, I've already seen a similar situation, say on February 2nd or whatever, but I'm seeing it almost reworded onto here. And in the index section, there's that recognition of, here's one, like, it's keywords. So say plotters would be June 10th, and then quiet mind would be May 31st, June 25th, and July 22nd. So there's that recognition of, here's a keyword of 1 to 4 or 5 dates. What dates could you find on this certain keyword? And so if you depending on what keyword you're looking for, you could have 1 to 3, 4, 5 different dates to have a look at. There is an introduction, but there's no conclusion. Once it hits December 31st, that's the end of the book. And to me, that's how some of these books work. As soon as it gets to December 31st, there's no conclusion, and the author said what he or she wanted to say in the introduction and put it out there saying, here's what this book is, and then goes into the dates and not have a conclusion, which is fine. But if you are a person that likes introductions, if you see these 365-day books, look at the back to see if there is a conclusion. if you are a person that wants that conclusion to a book. And in this book, there is not that. It does not have a conclusion. So, at times there is a focus on people who are writers in the process of getting published or having been published right now. But there are aspects that can be good for those who are serious about writing, and here's what to expect from the writing and publishing process. Or you're in the process of being published, or you have been published. Here you go, here's here's the reality, come on, kind of thing. So you could take a lot of these as tips being repeated or worded differently or being helpful in some way or another. The book is not how to write a book, not on day one, let's set up a draft or getting to know your characters or whatever. It is how to deal with the world of writing. Here's a certain situation, and here's how to deal with it, and here's the takeaway of whatever was talked about that day. So it's almost like a prompt for each day of the year, how to deal with stuff, how to do this, how to do that, almost kind of aspect of it all. And yeah, so it is an interesting book to look into if you are a person who wants a slightly different take on books about writing, who don't want that how to kind of thing, on to have a slightly different take. It's just on a different day. You don't have to read this book in one go. If you want, you can do it one day at a time, kind of thing. So it does have its points to it, and it's something to look into if you are a writer yourself. Happy readings.